All right, welcome back to another wonderful episode. I am wearing this nice sweatshirt that is giving you a lot of fuzzy feelings. Yeah, I can tell that you got some creepy crawlies all over, but I'm not going to stop right here because we're going to remind you nothing's going to be perfect. My sweatshirt, I usually don't wear that. I usually just wear the black shirt underneath and go with that. But you know what? Let's just continue on. It's not a perfect video, and I don't expect it to be. So, anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about today, well, we got one day left of this year. We are going into the new year, going into a new self, going into a new you. What are you going to be doing differently next year that you didn't do this year to ensure your success, to ensure that you are reaching your goals? That is a very important question, and I would get on figuring that out pretty quickly because less than, wow, just a little bit more than 24 hours. Let's see, 24 hours 29 hours from now, we are going to be ringing in the brand new year 2026, and I hope it is going to be a good year for you. Now, I want it to be a year of financial success for you. Now, as a caveat, I am not a financial advisor, nor do I play one on TV. I am not a lawyer. I am not a doctor either. I only am giving you examples and talking to you about this type of stuff because I want you to be successful. I would appreciate if you would actually go talk to your CPA, your lawyers, your tax strategist. Yes, I've learned a little bit about taxes and accountants, and hey, you know what? Your tax accountant probably isn't going to be your tax strategist. The tax accountant is the one preparing the taxes at the end of the year and throughout the year for your business. But your tax strategist is going to be the one who actually builds a strategy in how to legally avoid your taxes. What can you do in your business to not have to pay so many taxes? Well, that is one thing you might want to look into for this next year. Look into building your trust, building your business. I am looking at an LLC coming up for this next year, and I am looking for a profitable year coming up. You know, most of us have money just flying out the window. What are we doing to bring that money back into our possession, keeping it there once we have it? Well, I have been doing a lot over this last year, especially in the last, more so, and even more so in the last half a year. No, I would say pretty much the whole year. I have been investing in myself, taking some of that money that would be just sitting in a bank. I've been paying myself first a good percentage of money. I have been building my portfolio so that I can just have more money. My dividends are paying for itself. They're starting to pay off significantly. I took a big hit in dividends when I moved last year. It was a year ago that I moved out of the great state of Tennessee up to the great state of Minnesota. So financially took a big hit. And what I've learned over this last year is I probably wouldn't have needed to take such a big financial hit just to make that happen. But I learned. I learned along the way, and I am sharing my knowledge with you so that you may learn from my mistakes. So I took a big hit. I took a big monthly dividend hit. My portfolio took a big hit, but I have rebounded thousands of dollars just in this last year. That is wonderful. That is helping me solidify what my business is going to be doing over this next year coming up. So, trust businesses. I am building that holding company. Remember what I said about that? And we are going to be moving on. So, if you are not doing something to start keeping more cash into your own pocket, maybe you need to really consider doing that. We spend and spend and spend, and yet we're not paying ourselves. We get an extra $100 here or there, and wow, you know what? This or that, I need to buy this gadget over here or that gadget over there. But what we're not taking into consideration is how can we make that money pay for the gadgets that we want to buy? Little known secret, I took all my Christmas money this year. I can't say it was a lot, but I took it all and threw it into my portfolio. I'm spending it on myself over the rest of my life. That $100 is going to make me more money in the long run. More money that I can spend without spending my $100. I've done that with thousands of dollars this year. And I plan on doing it with thousands more dollars. I have automated my paying myself. I have an X amount of dollars coming out of my bank account every month, and it is going directly into my investment account. From there, it gets invested, and it's all automated. Now I do have to go in and make those investments every month, because the investments that I have a strategy, my own strategy, and that's a difficult one to automate. Though maybe in the near future I can find a way to automate that too. But for now, the money automatically leaves my checking account, goes into my investment account, and I manually make that investment. Money is not going the other way. I take all my cashback money because, you know what? Cashback money is money I wasn't going to have in the first place. And I have put several $100s of cashback money into my investment account this year. It all adds up. And yes, I am seeing the point where my money, my dividends, keep growing every month. Actually, on the first of every month, I log into my spreadsheet and I record statistics from my investment account. And I started this a few months ago, so that was my base line. And now every month, I can go in there and say, you know what? On a monthly basis, my dividends are going up by this much money. My overall annual dividends are going up by this much money. My average monthly dividends are going up by this much money. And it's good to be able to visualize that, because we are very visual people. We are visual as a species. And to be able to see that on paper is huge. It's self-motivating to be able to say, you know what? That money I had 4 months ago, and with my automating of my investing, has grown by several dollars. Just in a month, it can grow $5, $10. And it has significantly increased in the month of December here because that happens to be my biggest dividend month every quarter. Starting with December are very big dividend months for me. The other months are much, much smaller, but I have a strategy for improving those months also. So I've got some pretty good basis for what I'm working with. As I said, if you want to learn this, to invest your money, learn how to pay yourself first, you're at the right place. I will give you examples, but I am not, as I said, an accountant. I am not an investment broker. I'm not a broker, stockbroker, or anything like that. I am just here giving you some well-learned knowledge that I have accumulated over the years for educational purposes only. And you need to consult with your investment tax strategist, the professionals. You need to talk to them about what you want to do, what your plan is. I will give you some ideas of what potentially you might want to look for. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm just going to tell you what has been working for me. And we are going to blow up this next year financially. They're talking about a down year, 2026. They're talking about how hard it's going to be. Well, one, do you have money saved up for a rainy day fund? You should have 6 months saved up. What are you just buying things and not paying yourself? Is your investments giving you some extra income that you can use for fun things? Are you maximizing your tax strategy to minimize how much you are legally giving Uncle Sam? And yes, legally doing it, the rich are doing it, and we can too. I'm not ultra rich. I just have studied a little bit differently. I've created a different mindset that is going to provide success, that is providing success. I study, I read. As I showed you the other day, I have a whole stack of books here. Still have it right here on my desk. And I have a book at work. I think I mentioned it before. The seven things successful people do, or whatever it is. I've got that. I've got a book that I read beside the bed. That's more of a fun book, but that has helped me speed up my reading. So my recreational reading is increasing my educational reading so that I can absorb more in a shorter period of time. I am taking the steps necessary for success. And yes, if this is going to be a down year in 2026, like they are predicting, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready with my money so that I can get in on those investments. Yes, the stock market may tumble. Who knows? It may go up. But isn't it worth investing a little bit while the market's down, so that when it rebounds and goes back up, you have that much more money? A lot of people are buying money when it's up here, buying stocks when it's up here, spending the money up here, and then as soon as it takes a dive, I gotta sell because I don't want to lose money. But I had thought about this. I'm like, for me, it makes sense. I can handle that risk. I understand where that risk is. I understand that seeing red in my portfolio is not a bad thing. Now, when I'm 80 years old, 65 years old, whatever, when I'm retired, red might be a little sore, might cause some pain. But hopefully by then, I will have had a good structure in place and I can still weather those storms and I will still be investing. So, what are you going to do starting in 29 hours with 2026 coming on board? What are you going to do to ensure that you are successful in this new year? Drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know what your ideas for success are in the coming year. Secondly, if you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe, please. And hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever a new show comes out. Right now I'm doing consistency, talking about consistency. I'm doing daily shows, recording them daily, not recording a bunch on one day and then just distributing them throughout the week. I am recording these daily. And the other thing I want you to do is give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you want. Letting me know how I am doing with this show, with this channel. I could take the criticism. If I could take a down portfolio, a down stock portfolio and see red without it affecting me, a thumbs up or a thumbs down is not going to hurt me any. It's more painful to see my stock portfolio dropping like a rock. But then I'm like, yes, I could invest more money for cheaper. So, that's it. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, which is going to be New Year's Eve day. Maybe even New Year's Eve by the time I get a show recorded. We'll see. Just let me know how you're doing, and we will see you tomorrow.